Hey guys, it's image consultant JC DeCalis, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So, we always talk about the science of attraction, but here we're going to be talking about how you can apply it in real life. So, we have three different stories, three different top stories that are from Reddit. One is a male perspective, the second one is a female perspective, and the third one is another male perspective. So all of these are different scenarios of things that happen in real life and how we can apply the information that we learn with, the other videos that we talk about with the science and how we can actually apply it to our lives. So let's begin. We have booked a $500 flight to New York City to see a girl. She rejected my whole day plan after 30-minute lunch. Like like the title says, I booked a $500 flight to New York City to meet a girl I talked to for 1 month. In text, she was really kind and funny. I thought we had a connection. Our plan was to meet up and have lunch and then the library to explore and get to know each other. I gave her a hug on the first meeting. Uh, we had a good lunch, but very short, about 30 minutes. About 30 minutes, and she said her parents texted her and told her to meet with them. I was genuinely shocked. My stomach was sinking. Feels like there was a rock in my stomach. I couldn't really think for the moment. After a 10-second silence, I finally found my conscience and told her that it was okay. You should go if needed. In my mind, I knew I will never see her again. I text her after I got to the hotel. I had a great time with you. It seems like you're not interested. Hope you find the right one. She replied, thank you for putting in all that effort. I didn't really feel the connection between us. I wish you the best. It was very painful. I was in the city all day by myself for 3 days, not knowing anyone. I tried to talk to people, so I went to Hudson River, did start a conversation, which helped a lot. I just want to let you know, I want to let you guys know dating is hard. I'm 28, male, putting in maximum effort. I do not have any bad intentions, really a family person. Okay, so what are the things that he could do? Well, first of all, we're starting off to a really high risk situation because you're asking for a long term relationship. Long term relationships can have a lot of times they fail because a lot of people need physical connection. Physical connection is a huge, huge component to a relationship. And if you don't necessarily have that, then there is a high risk of infidelity. There's a high risk of people getting bored in the relationship because they're not connecting with you on that type of level, at least not consistently. Let's say, it did work out for him and she was interested. Where do you go from there? Do you fly and pay $500 every time you want to visit her? I mean, what are the long term situations for something like that? And this is the reason why I always kind of try to tell you guys, let's say he was in, I don't know, DC. If there are 3 to 5 million people in the area that you're in, and you're definitely in a big city, then I would highly, highly recommend that you continue to look in your area because you don't want to be going back and forth flying. That's very expensive. That's very time consuming, and you don't even live in that area unless you were already planning to move to that area to begin with, like you were planning to move to New York City regardless of the relationship. Then yeah, moving, looking for a relationship in New York City, I think that is a great idea, but it didn't sound like that was the case. I think he just wanted to go abroad to find a relationship because it wasn't working out where he was at. I would highly recommend you guys start looking at situations of where you're finding the people that aren't great, that aren't aligned with your values, meaning you're not going to find quality people by going to the club. You're not going to necessarily find quality people by going to, you know, some place where you wouldn't find the best of people. You know what I mean? You have to always try to look for people that are aligned with your values. So, to give you an example, I love traveling. As you guys know, I'm traveling all the time and I'm going from country to country. And I have friends that will never ever travel with me. I have friends that will never travel with me, and I don't hold it against them. But you know what I do? I travel and then I find friends that travel. So find what your alignment is and find out exactly what you want in life, and then find those people around that. And the only way that you can find those people is by living the life that you want to live. So that's kind of like the big things that I want you guys to think about when it comes to understanding long term relationships. And yeah, let's go to the next one. The next one is booked. Oh, it's, let's see. Leave. Nope. Yes. The guy I'm dating asked me for $20 and now I want to stop seeing him. So I'm going to try to be explicit as possible because I want to see if I'm doing the right thing. So I, 24 female, am dating a 30-year-old male. We've been seeing each other for around 3 months. He's smart, funny, very nice to me. So I thought, well, last night he got drunk due to a fight being on. This morning we had plans for him to come over for us to hang out. Now, mind you, even though he's has no kids, he's broke. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just describing him. He lives with his parents and he's very behind on bills. He can't afford to take me out, so our dates consist of him coming over to my place. I live alone and we'll hang out and watch movies. He doesn't buy me anything, so I usually eat before he gets here. However, there has been times where he's asked to uh, buy me food, but I told him no. Well, anyway, fast forward. Let me expand that. Well, anyway, fast forward to today. He called me this morning. I I couldn't tell if he was drunk or hungover, but as soon as I picked up the phone, he demands for me to give him $20 and to buy food. He starts saying, "Girl, just give me the $20," and being very disrespectful and telling me to give it to him. He didn't even ask me. When I hung up, he proceeds to text me uh, and tell him to give me the money. When I said no, he kept saying to give it, he'll give it right back when when he gets paid. I still said no. I said no more, so that way, if he asked me, it was very disrespectful. So after I hung up, he starts asking me if I want him to come over. He then blows up on my phone and then started accusing me of having someone else over. I didn't honestly, this whole thing gave me the ick and makes me want to stop talking to him. Am I just being overdramatic about the whole situation, or should I give him the money? Well, no. Uh, it sounds like he is an addict. That's, I mean, that's what it sounds like. And I mean, the thing about it is, no one's ever going to, there's going to be so many red flags, and they're not going to be, in different situations, they're not going to be spelled out to you. For instance, it didn't necessarily say that he was an addict or on drugs, but these types of situations, when people start doing things like this, you have to kind of read in between the lines. And so you have to be very careful when you're in the process of dating, of looking for these types of really big red flags. And this is for men and women. I want to make this very clear. The whole point of dating is for you to figure out, one, is the person fun? Two, are they mentally stable? Meaning, do they have a handle of their emotions? Do they know, um, you know, do they know how to handle certain situations that might be difficult? Because obviously, relationships aren't all fun. Sometimes it will be difficult, and you want to know how they react to those things. And two, you really want to know if your morals are aligned. And if they're not, then that makes everything so much more difficult. So let's go to the next one. And this is the last one. Let's see. We have leaving high school without a single romantic sexual relationship is not normal at all and is dire snapshot of the rest of your life. If you graduate high school without a single romantic and or sexual relationship, not have a single girl interested in you, you have you're you are in serious danger, and the odds are depressingly low. Most people have their first relationship and lose their virginity in their teens. Full stop. They learn to train shit like proper flirting, communication, foreplay, and actually being in a relationship. Not to mention the endless stream of positive reinforcement, support from friends and family that they receive, which only boosts them, even though this allows them to find success. Past the age of 20, most, most women have zero patience or understanding for inexperienced, clueless guys. They expect you to they expect you to at least have some competent about the stuff, and will not tolerate you making hiccups out of inexperience. As an older inexperienced virgin, as an older inexperienced virgin, you are faced with the constant reality that you are expendable, easily replaced, and one red flag away from being discarded and replaced by a real man who is better than you in every conceivable way. This is very little. There is very little hope uh, of you to miss out. Sorry about that, guys. This is technically my second video of me making these videos, and the first one had really bad sound, and actually it was a halfway decent video of me going through, but I have to re-record everything because of the sound. So forgive me for stumbling on the words because I'm like thinking about the video that I just recorded. But yeah, so the thing about it is that's the case as far as this guy's story. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true of it's over the moment you don't have a relationship in high school or college. By the way, Stewie Gilliam says, "Yo, what up, dude? Can you make the sound? Can you make it sound louder? Can you guys hear me now, or let me know if you guys can hear me or can't hear me." So, when it comes to this kind of situation, there are plenty times where people glow up and they look significantly better. And then all of a sudden, their options start to arise. But I really do think that you guys have to be realistic. All this it's over kind of situation is just not the reality. Men have a difficult life. That's reality. Men naturally will have a difficult life and they have to push through it no matter what. And a lot of times, I don't think this generation and the younger generations fully understand that you have to have difficulties. And even though you might not have a relationship initially, start with friendships, start with relationships with friends in general. And I also think that a lot of you guys need to get a friendship with a female friend that is strictly platonic, meaning you're not attracted to her whatsoever, and having another perspective, vice versa for women, having